is this stuff?
Okay, y'all, I need to do a warning. This is Kathy Bourne, who has just recently come from surgery.
2 weeks.
She wanted to do this video. We might be pushing it,
We
but
probably are pushing it.
have you ever remember the old commercial? This is your brain on drugs.
Yeah, it is.
This is my neighbor on drugs. But anyway, hello everybody.
Hi.
My name is Molly.
Kathy.
This is Kathy, and together we're Linen and Scraps, and this is a Flosstube, mostly about cross stitching. Occasionally we'll do some other things. I have no earthly idea, but I can tell you what moments from now we're at our year anniversary.
Oh, really? May,
I think so. I think it was May, but
Gosh,
I will look it up.
Fast.
You know, but
the things that happen within a year. I know.
Okay, so Kathy, we'll do a little bit of personal catch up here. I hope this is not too boring for y'all. We have some pretty things to show.
We
not
do.
a lot.
Not a lot.
And we wanted to give an update on Kathy.
It's been 2 weeks.
So catch us up a little bit, girl.
2 weeks and my knee has been replaced. I go back in a week for all the staples to come out. And for some reason, the nurse, I guess, had a need to count them. There's 39. Missing 3. She's like, oh, he did not do so good. Missing 3.
Oh, the knee's going to pop over.
Yeah. So we get those out on Wednesday. And it's been rough. I'm not going to lie. There's been many days of...
Cannot even imagine.
Yeah.
Kathy has a 2-story home.
I went up the stairs. First time coming over here, going up the stairs, I said to my husband, really wasn't worried about the stairs because for such a long time I had been compensating for the pain in my right leg. I could not walk on that one anyway. So I was compensating anyway. I was like a pro. You should have seen me going up the steps. I was like,
drag.
I know.
Drag.
Was all worried.
Drag.
I got this. So managed to get us upstairs. I said, no, the trick might be getting down. But you can always, get down in your bottom end. But I got some new hashtags. I was like, if you cannot laugh about some of this stuff, if you cannot laugh about some of the stuff, it's pure hell. My best hashtag ever is hashtag take the commode.
Oh my gosh. There may be some editing in this.
Well, this cute little nurse goes, I said, I don't think I need that. I'm like, I'll be fine. He goes, Mrs. Bourne, I really think you need to reconsider because you have nothing to lift yourself. So hashtag take the commode if this ever comes your way. You want to make sure you gather everything they tell you to take because they've done this before, and there's reasons why they tell you to, oh no, you're going to need that. So, but yeah, icing and long-term icing. The cool thing is they've come a long way. Instead of like ice and Glad bags.
Oh yeah, or a bag of peas.
Oh yeah, you get like this beer bucket now. You just load it up with frozen water and frozen bottles and your pill. And the hardest part right now, honestly, for me is the doctor obviously wants you off the meds, the heavy duty meds. He's like, I'd like to see you down to just one a day. I'm like, you are not my friend. So
oh my gosh.
The jar says 1 every 12 hours, and I'm like, okay, if I can get to 1 every 12 hours, that's an accomplishment. So I'm literally counting these out because I have to get to next week Wednesday when I can either hopefully be not in enough pain where I'm just on the Tylenol or be begging for more because it is painful. I have to say, it is very painful.
What is the name of your beautiful friend from Linen and from Rabbit and Fox and Rabbit?
Oh, Karen.
Karen. Don't pay attention to this. Kathy's doing remarkably well. Karen. She might be turning a little bit into, but other than that, she's doing remarkably well. I sent her
quite a lengthy, but you know what? People do make the mistake by not getting their knees done.
That's what I hear.
And you told me that. We've talked about that. We've read that. So I'm going on the full assumption that this is going to be one of the best things I ever did. Because truthfully, I could not walk from Chicago Market, Daily Plaza to the train station at Christmas time. I could not get there. And that's insane. I'm not that old. My hair might think differently, but I'm not that old to the point of, oh, I can't walk. I mean, no, we're not going to go down that path. So
and
get it fixed.
What she's talking about most people make the mistake of putting off the surgery. We're doing a lot of personal things here, sorry.
Yeah.
But
That's okay.
I listened to some physical therapists, and they said the number one mistake people
Yeah.
make with bad knees is they don't do the surgery.
Yeah.
But if you don't do the surgery, then you're going to have to admit you need a cane or a walker.
Or not go anywhere.
You've got to take that pressure off the leg. Okay,
because,
on that happy note.
Yes.
So speaking of stairs, ask me what I did last night.
What did you do last night, Molly?
Well, I'm glad you asked. My husband and I went to see Chris Stapleton at the Don Haskins Center here in El Paso. Speaking of stairs, we were in the highest we could have launched an air balloon or something.
Nosebleed?
We were in the nosebleed section. The performance was
phenomenal,
spectacular.
Yeah,
I mean, he gave it 280% or something.
They had like a date night.
It was fun.
Yeah.
But the funny part was, so we're sitting up in the nosebleed. They've got the building pitch black. There's these little bitty lights on each step. I'm so excited to get to see Chris Stapleton. Oh my God, I just love him. I just love him. You know, I'm thinking about, do I throw my panties on the stage? Well, then I'd cover the stage. So we're not doing that. But I'm going to be sitting too far up. But I've got a good camera.
Yeah.
So I'm going up the steps. Every step I'm taking, you know, one step's this wide, one step's this wide, one step's that wide, one step. So I couldn't get a rhythm in the dark. You have to, you know, drag your feet. And I'm thinking, poor Kathy, poor Kathy.
Oh yeah.
Every step I'm thinking, poor Kathy, poor Kathy.
Because you can't do it.
But if Chris Stapleton is coming to your town,
should do it.
Oh my God, it was fabulous.
Yeah.
It was like
you'd be getting
I like good
a real
players.
Uber lift. Some muscle built, handsome dude be carrying you up all them steps to the nosebleed.
Well, my husband was laughing the whole way up. He was behind me. He said, "For God's sake, Molly, I can't see." Anyway, so that was kind of our updates.
Well, that's good.
Yeah, it was fun. It
That's
was fun.
good.
Well,
So
Kathy,
other than that, not
minute.
much stitching, but that's okay. I'm which is probably better. You know, I'm working on that one from Birgette, and I don't want to mess it up either. So I'm going to take my time and get comfortable. So I did have a 28 count thing in front of me that was one strand of floss and a needle, which is dangerous enough.
The mama in me is wanting so bad to take this
can
hair.
Can I do this?
I don't know.
Can I just do this? There.
Oh, yes.
But now I look like that one movie.
Well, I'm so sorry. That one movie.
Something about Jane or whatever.
Oh, something about Mary. Never mind. Okay. So anyway.
We could get in so much trouble right now.
So anyway, we're going to go on to cross stitching.
Yeah.
So what minute are we at? Let me look and see where I can tell y'all to jump ahead to this. Okay. So Kathy mentioned Birgette. Birgette, excuse me. If y'all have not seen the Wishing Thorns floss tubes, don't stop watching this and go. Yeah. But as soon as this is over, you need to go watch her videos. They're phenomenal. And she's moving, so we're getting to see some treasures from her. She's
moving in 8 months, and she's getting
8 months.
Yeah, I think that's what I read. I think she's getting stuff packed. Maybe it's 8 weeks. It could be weeks.
She's packing for 8 months. That's.
She's packing well. But anyway, so yes, we've been stitching on the Wishing Thorns.
This is the sampler that she had designed
pretty
for me for my birthday. I still am just. It's like I pinch myself and I'm dreaming. But I'm this far. And my goal is, we have today's the 27th of April, 27th, 28th, 29th, 30th. So I have 4 days left. Wow. And I'm thinking to myself, I think I can get finished. You can see I have the flowers left to do around the border. I have to finish that big house in the middle that you don't see, the M on the ollie, and then put my dates in and a little bit of other stitching, and that's it.
Good.
But Kathy, what my question to you was, you cannot see them. There are a couple of places where I stitched that the colors of the thread were so light. Let me see if I can turn it. Can you see where the big X is in the middle? On each side of it. See that big X?
Yes.
Those gray
numbers.
They're too light.
You can take them out.
After I get finished and say I finished in April, then I'm going to go rip them out. I'm going to rip them out and change the color on those. Yeah. That's great. I could overstitch them probably. I like the fact that it's, kind of ghosted look in some places.
And you might like that when it's done. So I think you're doing the right thing by just waiting to see.
Well, I'm going to overstitch just a stitch or two and see if that helps. But the chart itself is just beautiful, and I love it, and I'm still feeling so honored. But this is just, this was just a special edition, so to speak, she made for my birthday. But her other charts are just phenomenal. And some of the new ones she's
coming out with new ones and new ones and new ones. I know that I'm going to be doing Ada Davis is the one I brought with today, and then I have stitched 2 other ones that were the Wishing Thorn. They're and those, if you want to look those up, are back in a couple of our previous floss tubes as far as what
Okay.
numbers I did stitch.
So that was a whip for me.
Yeah.
So do you have some whips
Well,
you
I'll
want to
show you Ada then. This is Ada Davis, and this is the one that I'm actually doing for Get. And for those of you who really tune into these floss tubes, like I said, I have not stitched anything on this now, but I'll just show it to you because like I said, I want to get my mind and my eyesight right, but that's a good chunk of that. For those of you that caught my goof, if you will, with a little blue stitch, goes on top of this cross. I hadn't put it in yet, and kudos to those that caught that.
That's so funny. She was saying, I can't even see the blue. I can't
I
see
know,
the blue.
it's like, because it wasn't there. I
Yeah.
hadn't stitched it in. Maybe I just knew that the chart read that way, but again, a beautiful chart, Ada Davis. And the Wishing Thorn Brigade does have a, she has a self floss tube that she unveils, Ada Davis.
Oh,
She takes her out of the frame and kind of blows away the bugs.
Yeah. Well, they're old frames, and all. Some of the frames are salvageable, some maybe not.
Yeah, she's
but
got some
just
wormwood
beautiful.
going on, and these
beautiful.
were the threads that I'm using. And you can see the threads are really pretty too. So yeah, that was one that it's by my chair, and I will tell you that I look at that every couple hours, a day go by, and I'm like, God, I'd love to get over there. Would really like to get over there, and I will. It'll happen.
It's been a week and
just 2 weeks. So
is it a week and 3/4 or something? I don't know.
Yeah.
But much better. This is much better than you.
Yeah, it was pretty bad.
Yeah, pretty bad.
And then my other whip that I had this started before I went into the hospital, was this little card. I had shown this probably a couple of times.
And that card has got a yellow color to it, so something tells me this is not new.
No, it's old. But I started it on my checkered fabric. And you know what I'm going to look for now? And I actually went on to Etsy because they have some unique trims and what have you. Purple Mountain threads are typically, that I like to use, are typically very narrow. But I want like a funky old plaid. One of those off-the-wall plaid ribbons that, you would not like. And I think it will put all these colors together.
Oh, you're saying like for a trim or something?
For the trim.
Okay.
Yeah, for the trim. So, and then I did finish, as you know, I finished up Brenda Gervais, Rose and a Rabbit. And this was the Sullivan's. I think that's just funny.
It could be Rabbit and a Rose.
Yeah,
Rabbit. The idea.
Yeah. Everyone stitched it. So yeah, I'm going to keep going on this one. I have one other thing that I'm going to stitch on the bottom of that one before I tear it apart and start putting stuff back together and pillows or whatever.
So pretty, Kathy.
Yeah, I think it'll be fine.
Pretty.
That's all I have for whips. I wish I could tell you I had more, but unfortunately, my knee took a little precedence.
Yeah, and I did do some stitching in this last week and a half or so. I'm going to show you 2 finishes I have, and then I can show the rest of my whips or so. Kathy's got a haul, because one of the things that we talked about before is cross stitching is a fabulous hobby.
Oh yeah,
collecting cross stitching supplies, better hobby.
Yeah.
Okay, so this was the little bunny that I did. Isn't that a sweet little thing?
He's sweet. He's
so
very cute.
Sweet. I don't know. It's just darling, sweet, delicate thing. And that's from that Cressetta Go-Go, if that's how you pronounce it. I don't know.
It's French, I think.
It's something.
Yeah.
And someone actually told me it was Italian.
Oh, is it Italian?
One of our wonderful viewers. Hey.
You don't mind if I have another one of these, do you?
No.
Because, the knee's starting to ache. I need to chew.
It's a Mento. I should have brought in some chocolate. Okay. The other thing that I did finish was this little fella. Isn't he a doll? The color's not showing up as well on him. Now these colors are soft on this. They do show up in person, but I love him. But my dilemma is I've got to find the perfect. I want to make both of these into little pillows, and I think pillows. I was gonna say little stand-up things, but I think pillows. Anyway, I got to go find the perfect little fabric, and I have a couple of fabrics that I think if I tea dyed them or coffee dyed them, they might be the good little fabric.
But did you see the tail?
I did use Whisper on the tail.
Look at that tail.
And in this room somewhere,
so cute.
I had bought one of the kits from Fat Quarter Shop. I don't remember what kit it was, but they come in that little bag, and it might have been a reindeer at Christmas or something. But one of the little surprises in there was a little mascara wand. I'm going to call it a mascara wand, but it was actually a tool that you just brush on there. and it fluffs it up.
A couple people have asked about that tool that I have. I don't know if they make it anymore. But certainly
they do. I mean, they don't make the one you have. Maybe I don't know.
But certainly there's ones out there.
Under the Notions at Photoshop. I don't know if it was a Schizo Emma, if it was a Lori Holt. I don't know what the brand was. Yeah. But it looks like a little mascara
and wand. That's all you need is to brush. You have to keep stitching because honestly, it looks kind of cruddy while you're stitching.
Yeah, you got to brush it.
We got to wait till you're done and then brush it, and you don't even really see those underneath stitches, but you see the fluff. Okay. All we're about when it comes to bunnies is the fluff.
Okay.
Unless it's chocolate. Or chocolate. Chocolate filled bunny.
If you didn't watch the last video, and thank you to all of you who did and have come back today. Hello to all the newbies out there. I love seeing you. But that chocolate bunny with that butterscotch liqueur, that was good. Okay,
yeah, and then one of the other about that, it's butterscotch
liqueur. She goes, it's butterscotch. I think butterscotch. It's butterscotch liqueur. Like anyway, so one of the other whips that I worked on, I can't see. You know, how do people hold that up?
Can I do it for you? And you can pop?
Do you see that where at the bottom is? You know, I hate covering Kathy's face. We're gonna cover her face. Let's cover mine. Anyway, so this one right there, yes ma'am, is my next month, and as you can see, I've gone from blue greens into the yellows and golds, which means we're into the reds and oranges and reds next, and it's warming up. But beautiful. But a lot of these days we're in the high 60s, low 70s.
Is this?
No, ma'am. This is baguettes. These threads right here. These are the silk threads from the.
You don't want to leave that on my lap because they ain't gonna stay.
No. Okay. So I have some other whips, but they're actually, I don't. You know, they're starts.
Yeah.
You want me to show those now, and then you can go into your
Sure.
Home? Okay. I'm sorry we don't have a whole lot of Kathy's, but she hadn't been stitching. Okay, this one right here, and hold on, where's my paper? Where's my paper? When I say it's a start, do you have to have 5 stitches in for it to be a whip? I don't know. Anyway, this is Summer Bees from Nerdin Camber of Twin Peak Primitives. It was in the Primitive Cross Stitch magazine, Punch Needle and Primitive Cross Stitch, I think. And so everybody's doing bees, and it's that season out here. It's beautiful. I meant to cut some. I have the 2 prettiest yellow rose bushes outside. They are overflowing with roses. She has a huge assortment of colors of roses in her yard. But I meant to cut those yellow. Anyway, it's this season. I can't wait. So I just pulled out some. I'm trying to stitch from Stash, and you know, I joined that SYS 2023 Stitch from Stash. So I am trying. So I just pulled out some Ada from my stash, and I think I'm going to tell you it's 18 count. So this will be smaller than she had it on 32 count, I think. So this will be a little bit smaller. But I just have those few stitches in. But I just couldn't wait. I couldn't wait to get started.
Who is it that says if you can't finish unless you start?
Yeah, exactly. So, I've heard that before. But the colors in it,
really pretty.
Give me just one second.
You got them all.
Oh, I just love them. Just as pretty as they could be. It's a lot of Weeks Dye Works, a little bit of Classic Color Works, and then white from DMC. But they're just going to be the prettiest bunch of colors. So that's my salute to bees. Yummy.
Yummy.
Okay, and then next I started. Hold on, it's coming.
The Texas one.
God bless Texas. I'm not putting the God bless in there. While I pray every day that God blesses Texas and the United States and the whole world, I'm not putting those words on there.
Are you going to put something different? Or
no, I'm just putting the map. Just putting the map, I think. But anyway, it's from Screen Door Needleworks. This is the chart. Oh, hold on. I'm covering the most important thing. So it was this one. It was a PDF I downloaded. And I have a piece of Ada that I dyed. Whoop! Let me get Texas right. Hold on. I got Texas upside down. So it was a piece of Ada that I dyed. It's stiff as a board, but, you know, as I work with it, it's getting soft. Yeah. Okay. And on that note, I'm going to segue off for a minute. I did buy some wrinkle removers, you know, like some fabric softener, I guess you would say, to use in the wash. And I did wash some of my dye. I think they came out perfect. It did. Good. I don't know if that leaves a coating that's not good. I'm not making heirloom pieces. I'm making pieces for me. Yeah. But so I don't know if the residue from that stuff is harmful at all or not. But I can tell you it feels great. Good. You know. So anyway, it did help.
Texas is a big state.
Texas is a big state. But I've got most of South Texas done, Southeast Texas, which I'm from, where I'm from.
Yeah.
Okay, and that was it for. I have other whips, don't get me wrong. And one of the things I'm thinking we're going to be doing next month, which is May, you know, you hear a lot about Mania and all that kind of stuff. But I do want to go back through a whip parade of all the whips I have started and all. So y'all can see them, maybe enjoy some of the charts, but also to encourage myself to get going on those.
Yeah.
You know. Okay, Miss Kathy.
Well, I have haul next, but you know what I really wanted to talk quickly about is we talked about needles.
Yes.
And a lot of people responded about the needles, and I was shocked at how many needle brands there are. And I'm going to read them to you because I think it's kind of important for everybody to know. So while I'm, you know, mending on my knee here, I'm like, okay, so Artsy, Arville, Bowen Petites, Boy, Clover, Colonial Petites, Cosmo, DMC, Dritz, Edmar, England. England, I think there was maybe more to it, but anyway. Heritage, John James Ball Needles, John James, Mary Arden, Pat Carson, Perman, Peacemakers. There were two kind of peacemakers. Pony, Prim, Sullivan Ball Tip, Tulip. There's a UK cross stitch type needle. And then I ordered, because you know, you really can't tell in the pictures. You really have to see them.
Mm-hmm.
And yes, they're cheap enough that I could go and order a pack of every one of these. And maybe that's what I end up doing. I don't know. But I ordered the Nicola Maskell needles from England.
Oh, good. Mm-hmm.
So I'm hoping they come. I mean, I vision this little pack, you know, getting lost amongst whatever. So.
And Kathy, you did fabulous reading that. And I don't want to, you know, the first one she said artsy, it's Artiste. It's
Artiste.
It's the Hobby Lobby.
Oh yeah, okay, Artiste.
You can call it artsy.
And then there was one other needle on here. This England one had me bugged, and I just didn't have enough time to go back and research. Someone wrote something about England needles, but I didn't go back.
I don't mean to poo-poo any of the other brands, but in my mind, England's been doing needlework a long time.
When Perman needles.
So I'm thinking they might have a little edge on. Yeah, they might have a little edge on some of those needles.
So the one that I like is it's the eye. It all comes down to the eye. The eye is more of an almond shaped eye, and it's thicker at the eye. So, and then right beneath the eye where it connects to the stem part of the needle. So it doesn't break. It doesn't have a tendency to break when I bend and put that needle in underneath my threads when I'm trying to tie off or weave off or whatever. Because some of those needle eyes are just so thin. I mean, I guess they're throwaway needles. And a lot of people do throw their needles away after every project. I don't, because I just stick them on my needle minder board and I grab a needle. I mean, that's kind of how I am. But
And Kathy, I'm a big old bull in a china shop, and I've never been a needle or anything, I thought. But the other day I was doing some stitching, and it was on one of those heavier pieces of material, and I could feel a little bend in the needle.
Yeah.
You know, I was like,
it's
I
funny
see what they're talking
how,
about.
yeah.
But I don't stitch tight. You know,
I
I
do.
enjoy stitching so much.
I
like
stitch tight.
You know,
I wish I did, but I did.
But your stitches are beautiful.
So, okay. So then haul, you know, we talked about jewelry boxes. So now I have another one I want to redo. This one's just a little bit bigger. And I don't mind if I can buy one for $20 and then redo it. But I thought this is pink and burgundy. This is really kind of pretty.
It's pretty.
And taking that top off, the bottom up, but it just came today, and I thought, well,
was that from Target?
No,
Amazon.
This one.
I think they have those at Target. That color combination. I think so.
So I thought, okay, I don't know what I'm going to put with it or fabric or whatever, but here too, I mentioned it last time, is I'm going to look for a theme first, and then I'll know how I want to redo it. I know I'm going to be taking out the middle part. I think that'll be easy peasy. The way it looks, it's coming apart already. So that'll be just a lift off, and then if I do the bottom, what have you. What I don't want to do is I don't want to fill it up with a lot of junk. There is such a thing as show up and throw up. Have you heard of those kind of meetings? Don't do that. You still want a little bit of class. You still want a little class to your...
A little airspace.
Yeah. I don't like them jam-packed with stuff either, but I want it nice where it makes sense to you. So I did get that.
I'm looking at the camera. I'm distracted. I'm trying to think. Do I need to reach up? There you go. I say I got to figure out a way to get Kathy.
That's because I'm So I have collected over the years, you and I friends patterns, and I did collect. I did purchase this one for the bees.
Oh, there you go. Hold on.
It's just cute.
There you go.
Is it better?
Can I?
Yeah, you can have. And then this one is Primitive Primrose. How cute is that one? Secondhand market on those.
So it's you and I. Isn't
I
that
love their
you and
pants.
I and
I
friends?
don't like
Isn't
all
that
of
darling?
them, but some of them are kind of neat, and some of those older primitive ones. And if you remember, we were
Kathy,
talking.
this one's darling.
Yeah, we were talking bunnies last time. This is from Lindy Stitches. Isn't that bunny cute? Isn't
That girl,
cute?
she tickles the fire out of me.
Which one?
Lindy Stitches.
Yeah, she's hilarious.
And they're doing the jingle ball again.
Yeah,
I can't
saw
wait
that.
to get information
So
about it.
I picked up that one. And then we don't have that. The winter hands-on. So I grabbed that one when I placed that order for Lindy Stitches. And then I also picked up, I love this one, Christmas Mini Moon Plum Samplers. Love that. Love them all.
I love them all.
A lot of love going on here.
I love them all.
And then Stacy
It's a
Nash,
good haul.
Birds of a Feather Needlebook. I think that's really sweet.
And there's something different on the back?
Yes.
Oh, is that a different chart or the
No, it's
same
the
chart?
inside and the back.
Okay, Kathy, that
Isn't that
is
cute?
So now I love Stacy Nash.
I know. Her designs are wonderful too.
Well, and I bought 2 or 3 of them. Was that a
did
Stacy?
you?
Was that bunny? I think might have been a Stacy
Stacy
Nash.
Nash. And then this is
Good
a
idea.
Stacy Nash. She's got a new logo. This is pretty in pink.
Now that is pretty.
Yeah, different.
Uh-huh.
Can we see it good?
Turn it around because the color. There's
Oh,
a
maybe
different
that way?
picture
Oh,
of
yeah.
it. Yeah.
Okay.
See, there's a different picture of it. Y'all might see. God darn it. Okay, just on a technical note, right now the sun is
Yeah.
right there. So before
Lighting's
the next
hard.
video, I'm going to move this and I'll put it in front of the window and see if that doesn't help. You'll get
Change
a
it
longer
up.
view of my room and all that kind of stuff.
And then you all know I've been looking for the Paisley and Polka Dot box. The monthly, it's kind of like Barnwood type box that has the calendar, it has the May and then you change the dates. But I did pick up five of the months. So I've got February. And
Now these are from the heart needle.
yeah, from
okay.
the heart. March, which I can't wait
Those are
to
my
get my hand in
style.
the box.
Those are my style.
I told you you're
charts.
going to want one of the boxes. April.
I think I do.
They're not
It's
available.
Paisley and polka dot.
They're not available on our website. And there was a gal that had one. She said if I could have it if I wanted it, but she never got back to me. So I'm going to have to just be patient. May. And then
I'm kind of liking the
October-
frames she's showing too.
October. So I need to get the other 5. And I actually reached out to the gal that had these up on her Etsy store. And then she's going to order me the remaining year. I think it's 5 of them. I don't know. No, 7 of them. So I'll grab those. And then I picked up another piece of the gingham linen. Only this is a different color. This is gingham natural straw. I love that too.
Okay, so
Yes.
all you Ada stitchers out there,
Yes.
I saw that. I don't remember who it was. Anyway, they have some gingham fabrics in Ada, but they don't have that overdyed look.
Okay.
So I'm thinking if I buy the just beige and
Oh, yeah.
off-white or something,
Yeah.
you think I could dye it?
Oh
like that?
yeah.
I'm gonna try that because that check look is just.
So I think, and then I had 2 more that I picked up. I love this one. This is a GGR, Jane Ann Brown, 1836. Love this one. To me, that just screams sampler. And then Kimberly Nugent, One Nation, Samplers Not Forgotten. Got that one too.
Oh, that's pretty.
That's sweet. That's a needle book.
Oh my gosh.
So it's got the where you stitch the guts. I like that one too. Very cool.
Kathy, that is.
So I think that's all
I'm
yeah.
trying to reach in front of her and grab it.
like it.
This is darling.
Isn't that cute? Cute,
That
cute,
is
cute.
cute.
So I think that's all my haul. Haul away. That's it.
That's not bad. Okay, now, do
What
I
you
have
got?
a haul? The only other thing I have is I'm talking about dyeing fabric.
Yeah.
Kathy and I have talked about, I'm going to try to hold her up to it, or I may have to just do, I don't know.
No,
how to
I'll do it with you because I got a hunk yet.
You're talking about dyeing fabric, right?
Uh-huh.
We're talking about the same thing.
Uh-huh.
We've got to do a dyeing fabric because I need to dye some fabric. So we will do a video.
Yeah.
And do you
We
think we
will.
can do it in May?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
You go to the attic in June?
Yeah, June
Okay.
for the Bristol.
So we got a little time.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. But we'll try some things. If there's anything particular, we are not professional dyers. We're playing in the kitchen, having fun. But anyway, if y'all have some questions or some tips you want to share, please do.
Yeah.
Or some videos you have seen. I have watched Michelle from Mommy Loves You GB.
She's dyeing.
On dyeing.
Yeah.
And I've watched Priscilla and Chelsea Stitching with the Housewives on tea dyeing and coffee dyeing and dyeing, you know. And then that's about the only two I've seen on dyeing. I don't know. But I'm the type, let's just go figure it out. Let's get in the kitchen and figure it out.
Yeah.
But I've got a couple of things I want to try and see if they work. But I want to try and replicate some of that printed, you know, some of the printed fabrics, how pretty they are, and this modeling so soft. I'm going to see if we can, I don't know what I'm going to do, but we're going to come up with something. But so I have this big chunk because this, you know, it's, you know, this is my brain on drugs. I was buying something from a shop. And, you know, it's if I just buy $20 more, it's free shipping.
Right.
So in order to save, you know, $5, I'm going to spend $20 more. Okay, whatever. But anyway, the moral to the story is what I ended up throwing in my baskets was 3 tubes of 16 count white Aida, which, can you hear it? This stuff is stiff. So I am going to serge it. What I think I'm going to do is serge the edges and then wash it to get rid of whatever sizing is on here, so that'll help pre-dyeing situation, all that kind of stuff. But I've got to get this dyed, and I've got several projects that I need to dye for. I'm dying for. But one of them is Kathy held up the hands-on design.
Did you start it?
No, I got to dye the fabric.
Okay.
So see, it's because for a flax belfast linen yarn tree. In my mind, in this picture, it looks like a soft beigeish gray.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It looks more gray.
It looks grayish to me.
Yeah.
So I have now bought like 2 more colors in the Ritz dye. And one was a second gray, and then I bought a new, I don't know if it's a new color or just new to Michael's or whatever, but a nice gingerbready color or something, so I think I'm going to like it. But anyway, so this is, I want to get this under the, let's get going on this quick. And one thing I want to tell you is I did put in my card, and I didn't click the button, and I didn't click the button, and they sold out. But the little, like a layer cake of the fabrics that they used on the corners of these pillows.
Oh, I see what you're talking about. Yeah.
But what I think I'm going to do instead, Kathy, is I've got paints that these. I tried to match up the paint colors to the. I haven't kitted the. I haven't floss dropped the yarns yet. But just the most beautiful mango purples and green colors. And I bought some of those little from Dollar Tree, $1.25 Tree. You know, those, they look like little pallets, you know, like little, you know, it's a little square of wood, but it's like little stripes. I think I'm going to paint those like one purple, one mango, and one lime or something. I don't know what I'm going to do.
And you're going to mount it?
And I'm going to mount them on there.
I see.
But, and I may end up doing I saw one girl, and I could do this. I bought solid ones too, instead of the slat look where they're solid. And she actually painted for something else. Anyway, like a quilt pattern on there. Yeah. And that's the thing. I almost could just paint that thing like a little quilt pattern and then stick this on top of it.
Be cute.
But I think I'm going to do that because while I love those fabrics, I need more fabric like
a hole in your head.
A hole in my head. Yeah. So I have a different another friend coming over tomorrow. Yeah. I don't know if you know Ann Graham or not. Hello, Ann Graham. She didn't watch. But anyway,
no, I don't think so.
She's coming over for me to help her on the Cricut and do some screen printing. Okay. And I said, only if when you come over, Kathy won't help me. But I want to make some project bags.
Oh, yeah.
So
forget, we have some ideas for that one piece that you were talking about on your Flosstube. We can do that. There's something there for you on that. Yeah, save that. Pack it for now because you don't want me to do anything wet.
Brigette had in one of her videos, her Flosstube, she showed a piece that she hasn't finished. Yeah. But there's one strip of it that if you never finish this, you got to do something with that. Yeah. Oh, it was so pretty. It was so pretty. Okay, so I have one more. This is the dumbest haul you're ever going to find in your life, but I giggled every time I saw it, so I thought I better buy it.
I didn't bring my phone. Oh, no. Did I did text you the winners.
Yes, ma'am, and I printed them. They're somewhere. They may still be on the printer. Okay. I want to show this pattern. Hold on. This is the silliest thing. I giggled every time I went to this site. It's the designers from Romania. I was worried because they're on sale for like $1 something a chart. So I'm thinking, oh Lord, is that one of those people that steals charts? And
I know, you always worry about that.
But I scoured the internet and I couldn't find these patterns anywhere else. So hats off, I think it's actually her. And she uses the same kind of floral background, so it does different things.
So,
but let me show you two that I got a stitch.
Kathy, oh yeah, I heard about these.
The first one is "Well-Behaved Women Seldom Make History." That's one of my favorite saying. Anyway, but so I love the colors and everything. But look at this next one. I'm fine. It's fine. Everything's fine. Isn't that darling?
She's teasing me about my.
I'm fine. It's fine. Everything's fine.
Yeah.
But anyway, this lady has a bunch of different cute sayings. Some have a little bit of curse words in them, a little bit of sarcasm. Cute. They're darling. But the charts were on sale for like $1.96 or $1.42
like
or something.
I like the cat.
What are you saying? You don't like the other one?
I like the other one, but I like the cat.
I'll make her say. Okay, so that was my big haul. I'm waiting for books to come in. Where are my books?
They didn't come in.
Well, I hadn't gone to the post office today.
Oh. Yeah.
Anyway, so you were about to show something else.
No, I have winners.
Oh, okay. I thought you had another piece of paper in your hand.
I did, but that wasn't. It shouldn't have been in my hand.
Do you need me to find them? She needs me to find the winner. So hold on just a second.
We have winners.
From
Teresa.
Oh, and one of you,
Teresa Klein, Jan Janen. I said that right now.
One of you wonderful commenters, and I'm so sorry your name just went out of my head. I am mailing you your package. I started to get it. She won a little prize for having a sweet comment.
Oh.
And I got it ready to mail the other day. I could not find the dang thing. So I said I got to clean my room, and it's coming. It's coming.
I pulled winners today on.
What is on the back of this? Oh, cover sheet for.
On
postage kit.
I don't know. On Random Picker. So we had 2 tins, and we have 2 winners, 2 wax tins from Teresa Klein Janjanen, and they are 2 tins, Angela Howard and Julie Hart. So
these are so pretty.
Yeah, so these are the tins for those. I had 2 packets, and this was all the fun goodies in the packets. Teresa Aguilera and Rhonda Nord. Congratulations.
Those are such fun little treasures.
And then the sunflower is Deb Moore. And this beautiful sweet little...
So it's a sunflower waxer.
Yeah, the waxers. And then the strawberry waxer, Diane McClure. Mm-hmm. And I have to tell you, Diane, your comment, maybe I had too much in me that day, but she's like, I had to smash my face up to the screen to see how cool your waxers were. So
they're very pretty.
So Diane, this, and I'll go through them again, but winners for the packets were Teresa Aguilera and Rhonda Nord. The 2 tins were Angela Howard and Julie Hart. The sunflower waxer was Deb Moore, and the strawberry waxer, Diane McClure. So if you can, in the description of the information, there is Molly's email address. So if you can email Molly with your postal information, we can get those mailed off to you. And I'll get them packaged up and ready to go once Molly lets me know. But and then Ralph can run them to the can't drive yet. Probably a good thing.
I wouldn't know. If you go driving, call me first. I don't want to be on the road.
So Ralph will run them to the post office for us. And
you don't tease about call me first. I talk about El Paso. My husband and I have been here 2 years. We're gonna say. And I just love it. I absolutely just love it. But I keep talking about how nice people are. I'm sure people are nice other places too. And people, we came from Lake Charles, Louisiana. They're nice, but I'm telling you, this place is nice. But last night, one of the things that happened I thought was so sweet. My husband and I are getting out of the car. We are parked on the other side of El Paso, just about from the center, because there's thousands and thousands and thousands of people going to this concert. Well, we're just 40 steps from our car, maybe, and a young girl, pretty tall young girl walks up. Ma'am. And I turned around, yes. And she said, they're not going to let you carry your purse in. I just had to come all the way back to my car. And you either have to have a clear purse or no purse. Thank you so much. I
That
thought
was
that was so
nice.
sweet
To her to give you the info
that she
ahead of
just
time.
turned around and she
Yeah.
was a young, I mean, 20 maybe.
Yeah.
I don't know, gorgeous thing. But
Oh,
that's
was
how they're
nice.
just nice. Everybody
They
here
are
is just
very,
nice,
very helpful.
But
very helpful.
she could have just let me walk and
I
walk
will
all the
have
way
to
back.
say,
I'd have thrown my purse away when I got there, I think.
I will have to say too, the not to go back to my dreaded experience, which really wasn't dreaded at all, don't get me wrong, but the hospital people were wonderful.
Oh,
The best.
Yeah.
I mean, with healthcare and the changes and everything going on in that, and COVID hasn't really workers haven't caught up yet with the numbers of employees not coming back or left or whatever, but wonderful, wonderful, wonderful healthcare. This
and
Daniel,
sweet. They're just nice.
Daniel
caring,
and
clean,
Lily,
nice.
the two nurses that had to help me through the night. Oh my God, they
Well,
probably
they just
thought,
they kept her drugged up,
probably thought that one in a 104 down there. She's got to pee again.
Oh Lord. Oh Lord. Take the commode. Oh my God.
Take the commode. Oh my God.
Oh,
yeah. It was a good experience that way. So, and not bad in any other way. So
No.
I'm just anticipating this healing and getting on with life.
And I got so tickled when we first got into the not convention center, the Don Haskins Center, big old thing. I think it sits 10,000 or something, just in permanent seats, and then of course they fill up the floor with seats and all this kind of stuff. But anyway, when Chris Stapleton comes out, I mean, at first it was a little worried when we sat down because the seats weren't full. Well, closer and closer it got to time, and after the two opening acts, then the place pretty well filled up. And but when he came out, I'm telling you, that was a rip-roaring welcome.
Awesome.
And he said, God, we haven't been to El Paso in a long time. We need to come back more often.
Yeah.
And of course, everybody just exploded and with applause again and all. So he was so nice, talking about how much he loved El Paso and all. Probably says that to all the girls, but it was very sweet. But at the end, when they left the stage, it was thunderous, just absolutely thunderous. And they came back on and did perform one more. And it was like, and they were gone a while off the stage. My husband was like, they're not coming back. They're not coming back. But I'm telling you, the audience was just, and it was polite. It wasn't a boom, boom, boom. Yeah. It was just, I was so proud of our city. It's like.
El Paso has a lot to offer, without a doubt. I will have to say it's one of the friendliest cities I have bumped into. The food is phenomenal. Wonderful Mexican food here. You go back home, like I go back to Wisconsin, and everyone's like, "You want to do Mexican?" You're like, "No."
Yeah.
We get the real deal down here, but friendly as all heck. Wonderful, kind, and genuinely.
Oh, that's what I'm saying. That's that little, just as polite and pretty.
Just
she
genuine. I mean, I went through all this past year with Mom and Dad up north in the hospitals and what have you, and there's just it wasn't a genuine kindness for us down here. They would have taken me home.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Just.
I got when I went and had a little procedure done recently, and you're laying on a gurney in the way. Not that we're old and falling apart here, but the nice young male nurse comes up. He was just a doll. He hooks me up to everything, gets me all ready, and all that comes. Now, Miss Downing, we're going to take good care of you. You don't have a thing to worry about. And I'm thinking, how old do I look? But but he was so sweet, and he comes back. Now, Miss Downing, you doing okay? I want you to you just looking so good. You're going to be fine. I mean, they just came back to make sure I was okay.
I was like,
it's just sweet.
Or you're going to want to reconsider that.
That's so funny. Take the commode.
Take the commode. Hashtag take the commode.
Could be worse, I guess. But anyway, y'all, thank y'all so much for watching.
And the kind comments and don't forget to subscribe. We're still trying to hit that 10,000 by the end of the year.
Yeah, and Kathy, one of the things I feel horrible about, I am so bad about reading the comments, laughing, crying, feeling so fulfilled, wonderful and then I don't comment back, which is horrible, kind of thing. Now, a lot of times I'm I'm in bed or something with these comments, and I'm, not good at that. But anyway, there are some great comments. And one of the ones I got tickled because one of the ladies, she noticed my Anna Griffin Empress die cutting machine back there. My room is Anna Griffin heaven here. If y'all know who Anna Griffin is, she does card making, scrapbooking. But I do love my Empress. Let me tell you.
You like that one?
I got the mini, and then I burn a hole in. I do scrapbooking.
I might have to get a mini just to do a couple things. Yeah.
Look, I got so much dust on this one.
Oh, you should see the dust.
But anyway, thank y'all for watching.
Thank you. Hopefully we'll be back, and
I hope my books come in because I got some fun to show you.
Yeah.
And then I'll talk about some new Flosstubers that I've watched. They may not be new to the world. They're new to me.
Yeah. And we've had some really nice people reach out to us too with everything going on and wishing us well and whatever. We thank you all for that. And it's nice to be, it's nice to get acknowledged and feel like, oh yeah.
And I'm such a good friend.
Such a sweet.
You know, my BFF next door.
Are we going to talk about the brownies?
Let's call it brownie soup. It was intended to be brownie soup. But anyway, so Kathy's like, where's my cake?
I know. She's like,
oh God, I gotta make her a cake.
It's like, where's my cake?
You know, I have card making supplies by the thousand. Do you think I made her a get well card? No, I did not. But I had get well cards already made. I could
We ate the cake and the brownies.
Well, the cakes were good. I thought the cakes were good.
The cakes
and I
were
wanted
good.
as much crust on them as I could.
But I like a mushy brownie.
Well, I cooked the brownies, and what had happened was
They were
my
very
husband
good.
smells brownies. So my husband's coming to the kitchen. Do I smell brownies? Do I smell brownies? I said, yeah, I'm making Kathy some brownies. What do you mean you make Kathy? I said, well, you know, they don't make a big pan. And I said, well, I got to make her some brownies. Well, he kept fiddle-farting with the oven, fiddle-farting with the oven. I was like, honey, leave them damn brownies. So finally, I took the brownies out.
They were good.
And I put a toothpick in. It came out clean as a whistle. Felt good. Took the brownies out. Go to cut them. It's like soup, brownie soup. So I teased Kathy. I went ahead and cut them into little squares and trying to do the whole thing so maybe they'll dry around the edges.
She did bring me brownies
And cake.
And cake, and we finished them off, I bet, within 2 days.
That's all you're getting now.
Oh, no.
I did pull out a box of lemon drops to make. I was going to have her little plate of lemon drops. Not lemon drops. What do you call them?
Lemon drop drink. There's a cute
No, lemon squares. Lemon squares.
Oh,
that'll be
lemon
another day.
squares. Those are good too.
Oh God.
Yeah, I have those.
I hope she's on enough drugs she doesn't remember. But I do have a things. But anyway, the
I gotta get
brownie
stitching.
maker.
I need to stitch. I look at it and I walk over there and I even test drove the chair that I sit in, but the legs gotta go up.
Okay,
So,
you know, we've talked about Kathy's house. This would have been a good time to go film a couple of things at Kathy's house.
Yeah.
Now, Kathy's house is a cross stitcher's heaven, but there was a lady who posted on Stitch Your Stash. If y'all are not a member of that and you want to, you know, join, it's Jessica Provost from
Oh,
what is the name of the thing?
I saw her. I know who
Saltwater
you mean.
Stitchers.
Is that what it is?
Is it saltwater? No.
I don't know.
Anyway, I'll post it at the bottom. But she and Alicia do the Stitch Your Stash, so you know help. But a lady posted her picture of how many, you know, stitching apparatus do I need, and it showed her living room. Did you see that?
And she needs to
That
start
girl's
loading
got
them
some
up.
stands.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
That girl has.
Well,
some
and I
stands.
think that's the problem too, is you got to find the right stand. If you're one of these people that go down and bring it up with the other hand, there's a rhythm, and you need to find the right stand that's going to work for you on that. And some people just put that hoop in a stand and they still sew. Their fabric's loose enough to just do that sewing method.
I was
So
amazed.
somebody asked me what I use. This is the hoop I use. And
What the
so,
heck?
yeah, this is my hoop. And I will tell you that I bought this hoop when I was working at Calico Canvas and Colors. I have stitched thousands and thousands of
I love the
dresses.
ease of that.
Yeah.
So do they still make those?
Not this kind. And you can get one similar to it, but it's not as tight. This is an old, probably 30-year-old hoop. Love it. And I have it in yellow, red, and blue. And I think I even have a
And
one or
it's
two.
little.
Yeah. Yeah. It'll fit in some of my jewelry boxes that I want to redo if I throw my stuff in there fast.
But when you're at home stitching all this stuff, you're stitching on something that little?
Yes. That's my hoop.
How often you move your fabric?
A lot.
A lot.
Yeah.
Oh,
But I like my
so
fabric
lazy.
tight too. So
Yeah.
yeah, because I do have a tendency to stitch.
Okay, those of you who have a connection in the cross stitch manufacturing world, that's a good idea.
But there were new ones made that are not like this. And I don't know if you can see the detail. See how that's like waffled on the white part? It's got like a waffle marking on it.
So just for grip purposes?
For grip purposes? Yeah, a lot of them are. The new ones are not the same. Not the same.
Don't
and
you hate when she shows us stuff that we can't
not a
get?
name brand. You can see it. Not a name brand on it, but that is the hoop I love.
Okay.
So, and if anyone has access to a Paisley and polka dot calendar monthly box, now Molly. Yeah.
I liked them in the frame just as well, but
Yeah.
that little box was dark.
I just think it'd be cute, and then you can do like a little silhouette of something in front of it, like you know how we like to do our scrap stuff in front of it, like a little snowman or trees or flag. I really meant to say flags, and it came out trees. Goes to show. I need to go home. It's been a rough 2 weeks. And I can tell my ice is sagging here. So.
Oh my gosh, she's melting. Okay, we are rambling on now.
Yeah.
Thank y'all so much for this. We're going to do a dime. We're definitely going to do a dime thing. We've got our 1 year anniversary of Flosstube's coming up. Thank y'all so much.
We'll have to find a nice giveaway for that.
Oh well, I'm saying that we do have.
We'll have to find a nice.
I don't work for them. I don't have.
Fat Quarter.
But Fat Quarter Shop sent us some stuff to give away,
Yeah.
and I didn't do it in this last video or this one because we're saving it for May.
Well, we had some awesome.
And then we had a couple of friends that gave us
reached out to us.
Gave us a chart or two to give away.
And I honestly, we love to do giveaways because I think everything we do give, it's what we like. It's like what we bought and what we want to share.
Oh yeah.
So
and then I don't know how many of y'all are interested in quilting, but if you are, let me know because part of the giveaway, I do have some quilting things to share. And I want to show Kathy this one thing while we're just rambling off. Kathy, this was something a friend of mine.
Really
I went to a craft thing the other weekend. I meant to bring. We painted rocks.
Oh, I think that would be kind of fun.
Mandela dot painting and all that stuff. It was fun. But a lady comes up to me and she goes, Molly, don't show anybody I'm bringing this. They'll be jealous. And she hands me a bag full of quilt patterns. And in the bag,
that's adorable.
I don't know if y'all can see that. It's a little project thing that's called the Quilter's Friend. It's from, I don't know who, Mandy Shaw of Helsham, East Sussex. So that's English. Isn't that the cutest little?
Adorable.
It's got a little thing. I want to make this, Kathy.
You could make that very easily.
Okay. Where did you get your fabric that you showed last time? You can have.
Oh, on an Etsy. On Etsy.
Well, Etsy's big. Can you narrow it down some?
Yeah, Etsy.
Etsy. Okay.
The one with the couture. Sewing one. Yeah, it was on Etsy.
And someone else showed a project bag they made with like cross stitch motifs on there. I need that fabric. I can't find it.
I love the project bags. I love that people are sewing project bags and sharing project bags and making project bags. They're hard to make, and I'm such a doggone picky person.
Well, I'm not making that big zip around thing you made.
Yeah.
I'm going to make the easy kind like Elizabeth Can Stitch shows.
Yeah.
Look,
Elizabeth Can Stitch does a nice job, though.
I think that's going to be cute. Yeah. Mine may or may not have
I got a hunch you're not going to put people on that.
What do you mean, put people?
Because you got people here.
Oh, I don't do people.
She don't like people.
I don't do people.
Yeah, she don't like people on.
And I'm not even a big heart fan unless they're real primitive hearts or something.
That could be very
I just thought this was a cute little trifold.
I want to make your needle book. I want to make one of them. I need a silhouette of that. But anyway, so we're good. We'll have to come up for our anniversary.
Okay. Thank y'all for watching. Thank you more than you could ever know for the comments. I do have plans tomorrow. My plan tomorrow was to sit in front of the computer and actually read all the comments and answer more.
Yeah, I'll get at some of those too.
And please leave a comment on this one. I swear I'll include it. But I do have a friend coming over. She needed cricket help.
Cricket help?
Yeah.
Okay.
So
you're a good person. You share all your wealth of information. But we like to share. So.
Hopefully she's gonna help me on a project back. And she isn't gonna tell me they're hard. Don't tell me they're hard.
They're hard.
They're not Elizabeth Ann Can Stitch makes it look easy.
She does a nice job though. I mean, those corners are mitered beautifully, and the stitch is straight. And I wish I wasn't so picky, but I am. I'm built.
Could we be more opposite? I'm telling you this. I'm like, let's just slap that thing together. But anyway,
let me rip that first.
Oh yeah, but now I will tell you on the zipper. I'm sorry, I'm rambling. On the zippers, I didn't buy those cute wide decorative zippers. I just bought zippers from Joann's or.
Did you get a big one?
What do you mean a big one?
For your project bag that you're gonna make?
No, it's just a regular zipper.
But lengthwise.
Oh yeah, it's plenty big.
Oh, how big?
Well, I have to. This is gonna sound dumb, but if my project bag's gonna be 14, I bought a 20-inch zipper just to make sure I have at least 3 inches of cut off.
You need some leeway there.
Yeah, a little cut off there. So I bought 20-inch zippers.
Yeah. I bought 40.
Yeah, but she did a big thing. Anyway, the moral to the story is, I told Ann, who's coming over tomorrow, I said, I think I could just, like, even if I don't want to, wrap it in there and just sew the zipper on top like some people did, couldn't you just sew ribbon on top of that or something? I got a twirling drawers full of ribbon.
I'd have to look.
I'll figure it out. Okay.
All right.
Thank y'all for watching.
Bye.
Adios. Oh, wait, let me click this again. Adios.